friends, welcome to my next video for Altenew. Today I'm going to create a layout using a new Build a Flower stamp set. They are released every month, and this month is a month of Snapdragon flower. This is how this flower looks. You always get a set of stamps and matching dies. This month we have two flowers, and this is how they look, and this is how the dies look for this set. And this set is a layered kind of a stamp, so we have a one stamp here and the second flower here. As always, there is a layer guide included into the stamp set, so it's very easy to layer those stamps. And there is also extended, I don't know how to call it, brochure inside with ideas how you can use this stamp set on your projects. And there is also a list of inks used for stamping those flowers. And this is exactly what happened here. So if you want to have this kind of a orange-ish, yellowish set, you should use Sunray, Chamomile, Snapdragon, Marigold, Minty Mint, and just green colors. So this is how it looks. And this time I skipped stamping because you just follow the instruction and it's kind of boring, and I had a lot of flowers to stamp, so I was watching Netflix and stamping. One thing you have to remember about this set: the stamps are separate when it comes to flowers and when it comes to the stem. So you have to be careful to stamp them so they will match the die. I wasn't and I had to fussy cut all the flowers because somehow I changed the angle of the stem and it didn't match the die. But you can use the die first, cut it out, and then try it with your stamping platform. And after you will assemble the first layer, you will be able to stamp them later with another layers, and you will be sure that they will be cut out perfectly using the dies. So I didn't think of it when I was stamping, and this is this is what I had to do: fussy cut all the flowers. And I'm going to create a rainbow kind of a layout as usually. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors of the Snapdragons and an adorable picture of my daughter. I have a white background here, but I won't use this one. This is just American Crafts white cardstock. I will use watercolor paper because I want to add some mixed media background first. But I just wanted to try this kind of alignment, and I am happy how it looks, so I will leave it like this. And I snapped the picture of this layout so I know how the flowers are arranged. And now I will start making my background, and I will put you on fast forward because it will be kind of a long process and you don't want me to do it in front of your eyes. I am back, and I'm starting with creating my background. I will be using 6 Distress Inks colors, 7. They are just regular Distress Inks, those are not oxide inks. And I will stamp my flower using the most solid parts of the flowers. And I'm using 2 acrylic blocks for 2 flowers, and as you can see I rotated it and I added a stem on the other side of the block. And I start to stamp in similar spots where my flowers will be, so it will be color over color. And I'm starting with the I'm not sure, I think it was the red color, no, it was the pink color, and the pink color called Worn Lipstick. And now I'm stamping stems and leaves using the peeled paint color. It's a green color. And now I am moving to the red color, which is called Fire Brick, and I'm also stamping a few flowers with it. As you can see, it's totally random, and to be honest, I'm already liking how it's looking, and you could easily leave the background like this, so it's also a fun way of using those stamps. And now I'm moving to the orange color, orangish color called I think it was dried marigold, I think so, or a rusty hinge. I didn't have any proper yellow color, so I had to switch to the rusty hinge, I think, because I didn't have any yellow distress ink. And as you can see, I'm stamping both flowers and stems one after another. And now I'm moving into the this is Dusty Concord? No, this is not a Dusty Concord, sorry. I forgot the colors. Yeah, I think it's a Dusty Concord, and the last one is a Broken China, my favorite color of the ink. Can you imagine that I have those inks for like 6-7 years and I didn't re-ink them? Well, I'm not using them that much, but I'm using them occasionally, and I still do not have to add re-inkers to them. And now I'm spraying everything with water. I want the colors to flow and create this very gentle background for my stamps, and I will leave it to dry. No, I didn't leave it to dry. I used a heat gun because I wanted to kind of blow away the pigment from the center of my project to the edges, and I love this very dreamy effect that using distress inks gives you. And now I'm ready to add my flowers, and once again I am putting them color on color, and I am arranging my 6 colors. I used mini ink cubes to stamp those, and I will add the colors in the description box so you will know which set is for which flower. And I'm gluing them gently down. I'm just adding a spot of glue in some places because I will add 3D foam squares under the flowery color part, because I want to add some dimension, but I don't want them to move while I'm doing it. And I will also trim the ends of the stems using just regular scissors, and use the leftovers to fill kind of a blank spots between the flowers. So it's just, you know, for a temporary purpose, and I will add more glue later. Now it's time to trim down the stems, and at this point I wasn't sure if I liked the layout because, well, it looks like unfinished, I don't know. And after I trimmed down the stems, it started looking much better, because I had some doubts that maybe it's just too little flowers, maybe I had to add more, but I was too lazy to stamp more because it already took me a while to make all those snapdragons. But after I trimmed the stems and filled the blanks with the leftovers, I thought, wow, this looks really like I was intended it to look, and I was happy with the result. You can stamp more flowers, of course, and add them, but I already made it for a few hours. Maybe not few hours, but it took me a while to make them. And while I'm creating, I don't like to, you know, change the process and go back to the beginning. So I would prefer to stamp more flowers and do not use some of them than stamp too little and go back to stamping. I know it sounds crazy and weird, but this is how I usually scrapbook. When I'm into the process of arranging and adding embellishments, I don't like to go back to the beginning, and it's frustrating to me. I don't know if you have the same. Usually I stamp more flowers and I make a card with them, or I give them to my daughter who likes to scrapbook with me, and she she thinks that she is making something very similar to my page, so she's not bothering me. Mommy, I want to have the same sticker, the same flower, the same picture as you. And I'm finished with adding the leftovers to the edges, and now I'm adding 3D foam squares beneath each of the flowers. I am only lifting the flower buds, can I say that? I am not sure if it's a good word. I am not lifting the stems and leaves. I want the 3D effect to be kind of a pointing to the middle of the page where my picture will be. And this is my photo. This is my daughter Maya wearing wearing a branch with flowers. It was snapped few weeks ago, when the spring started, appearing in Poland. It was forsythia. I don't know if it's a good name of this flower, but I like this picture. But now, as I am looking at this, I'm thinking it has too dark background, and it would be better to use a lighter picture for this page. I still like it, and I love the final result, but somehow I am thinking right now that the lighter picture would be a better choice for this kind of page. I added a few bits and pieces from create paper lines to add some embellishments to my page, but it was really a fast and boring process, so I cut it out. And now I'm using mist in corresponding colors to add a little bit of additional color and mess to my page. I covered my photo because I don't want it to be splashed. And I am using my favorite mist for splashing. Those are Heidi Swap mist, but I didn't have a purple one, so I'm using one of the shimmers. I think it's a Grape Escape. I'm not sure the name. And my page is done. I hope you like it. Here are a few close-ups to the page. Thank you for stopping by. Check the description list below for all the links to the products I use. And you can subscribe to my channel if you like watching my videos. Thank you once again, and bye bye.